Welcome back to Phasmophobia. I'm here to do the weekly challenge. I believe this week's challenge is going to be zero evidence of some sort. Grafton farmhouse. Okay. Whoops. Challenge mode. No evidence. These ghosts really don't want to help you out, but we're sure you're up to the task. Correctly find the ghost type in Grafton farmhouse. So it's a zero evidence challenge. I think it's tier 1 and 2 equipment. Mostly tier 2, if I remember correctly. But we absolutely have to depend on our ghost tells this time because it's zero evidence. I spent the last couple days trying to get the demon kill. Oh, come on. Trying to get the demon kill achievement, where you get killed by the demon from its ability in the first minute. So I managed to pull that off by setting my sanity to 75 and just repeatedly going to Camp Woodwind over and over again. I finally got it. Got it with a second demon. Okay, let's try this again. Move around before it loads. Okay. Alright, so, yeah, a lot of tier 2 stuff. Some tier 1. Tier 1 paramic. What else is tier 1? Anything else? I'm probably missing something, but that's okay. Alright, so it's not zero sanity, it's only zero evidence, so you don't have to worry about that. But I do want to at least take a thermometer so I can figure out where the ghost is. We're not going to get any EMF 5s or any freezing or dots or any of that. So I'll figure out what the ghost is first, and then I'll set up for all of my testing. Where is the power? It's not here. Jeez. Okay, I'm lost. I really don't do this map very often. Okay, so here's the kitchen. That means the possible position is here. Here it is. Alright. Okay, where are you? You're just throwing stuff all over the place. $14, $13. $15. $16. You did an event upstairs. Where are you? 15. I'm confused. Where's this ghost? I hope it's not in the attic. Wait. No. Spend more time figuring out where the ghost is than figuring out what the ghost is. Okay. So is it downstairs? What, did it follow me upstairs or did it teleport upstairs? Let's just make sure it's not in the doll room. Nope. Okay, I just heard more sounds to the right. So maybe it's in the dining room? No. Okay, it's in the library. Well, it's not particularly fun, but at least now I know where it is. I don't know if the ghost can change rooms at all, but it's a start. Okay, so now that I know where the ghost is, I can start my usual script for figuring out what a no evidence ghost is. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the video camera in and look for, okay, I'm low enough to take some sanity. I'm going to take a video camera in and look for ghost orbs to, if I see a ghost orb, I know it's a mimic because it's a zero evidence challenge and mimics always give off a ghost orb. I'm also going to lay down some salt to rule out a, to rule out a wraith, and then I'm going to also take some candles in so that I can test for an Onryo. If my sanity is high and 3 candles get burned out, or get blown out by the ghost, and it hunts, I know it's an Onryo. And then I'll try to pile up some things, and I'll try to pile up some things and see if the poltergeist decides to throw stuff. Okay, so it's not a wraith. Ghost orb! Look at that! 0 evidence with a ghost orb. We just figured out that it's a mimic, so we can just choose mimic and get out of here. That's it, we're done. It is that simple. Mimic. I like the fast ones. Mimic. And again, the reason I know it's a mimic is because we weren't supposed to get any evidence at all. Mimics always give off a ghost orb, even in 0 evidence. All right, that's one down. Let's go on to the next one. Do we know where the power is? No, we don't. I also forgot to look to see if the ghost can change rooms. Guess we'll find out. Ah, great, it's snowing. That's going to make it hard to find the ghost room. I'll have to get the power on as soon as I can so that the house warms up. I can always use the motion sensors to help nail down where the ghost is, too. As far as I know, there's only 2 places for the power. One of them is up here in the attic hallway. It's not there. And the other place is through the kitchen into the storage room. Yeah. I don't know of any other places where the power could be. All right. So now the place is warming up, but I have no clue where the ghost is, so I'll just hang around for a bit, see if I can make out anything. I would like to have a decent tier paramic to help figure out where the ghost is, but sadly they didn't give us one, they just give us the tier 1. Even the tier 2 really isn't all that useful. I like the tier 3 because it gives you a little indicator where the sound is coming from. Well, at least get all the doors open. So, if with the power on, this room is at 8, but this one is at 3. So it seems like the ghost is in here. So I'll assume that for the moment. I think I'm going to put up some motion sensors just to be sure. Because the Grafton house is a little tricky in that if there are any rooms that are open to the outside temperature filters in, interferes with the temperature readings. Hi. Okay, so it's you, huh? Let's see if you're hanging around in here much. Or if you're hanging around out here. Okay. So you are in here. Suits me good. Let's go get some stuff. Oh, you did the ghost event, so you turned everything off on me. Let's turn that back on. Okay, so same script. We start with the video camera, salt, and Onryo test. The very worst ghosts to get in a zero evidence are the mare and the goryo. They're usually at the end of the list. Okay, so let's put down some salt. Let you walk in that. Okay. So it walked in salt. I don't see any Ghost Orb anywhere. I put down one candle. Let's go get 2 more. I think what I'd also like to do is test to see if it comes to visit me. If it's a banshee or a phantom, it could just decide to pay a visit. I'm going to increase my sanity. Do we have cursed possession? I can't remember. Let's take a crucifix too. Okay, so let's put the crucifix there. I'm not going to light these just yet. I want to go out and get some more salt, and I'm going to go hide in the doll room and see if the ghost decides to pay me a visit. And I'll take a smudge for the heck of it, and I'll drop an EMF. 1 second. Just make sure you're still in that room. Yes? No? Good. Okay. Okay. I'll put this here. I'll light all 3 of these. Okay, we'll have fun with those. Is there a light in here anywhere? No light? Okay, it just blew out one of them. I heard it. Doesn't seem to care about coming to see me. Yeah, great. If it's in this room, it's just going to end up... It's just going to end up walking through all of this salt as it walks back to its room. Yep, there it goes. Oh, it blew them all out, and it didn't even hunt. There's nothing wrong with the crucifix, so... okay. Alright. Then, what's next? Is there anything in here I can pick up? I need some objects that I can just pile. Can you get the ducky without falling? Urgh. Okay, so here's a pulte pile. So if I ever come back and this pile is completely disrupted, it's fair to assume that it could be a poltergeist. Alright, let's go out and review a bit. It hasn't turned off the power yet. Okay, let's take a look. So it's not a mimic because there's no ghost orb. It's not a wraith because it stepped in the salt. It's not an unreal because it did not try to hunt when it blew out 3 candles. So what are the next easiest things to check here? We're watching for it being a poltergeist. I laid down some salt to see if it came to visit me. It did not. Although it did event on me in the room, but that's not the same as coming to visit me. So I'm going to say that it's not a banshee or a phantom. The next thing I usually like to do is let my sanity get between 50 and 60% and see if it tries to hunt. If it does, then it's one of the high hunters, and that would make it, well, it could make it really a number of ghosts now. It could be an enraged Galu, which it probably isn't because it's walked in salt a lot. When a Galu is enraged, it can't walk in salt again, and it's walked in salt numerous minutes apart. So I think we can rule out a Galu as well. But a Dayan, trying to remember, I think a Dayan only hunts at 50. An Obambo can hunt when it's in its faster state. It can hunt sooner, but there's a number of ghosts here that can hunt sooner than usual. So if I can get myself... Let's see. There's electronics in the room too, and it hasn't tried to hunt yet. Okay, so we got some possibilities. I need to sit in the dark for just a little while. And I think we have the cursed mirror, I think, is the cursed possession. And I think that's in the upstairs master bedroom. Let's see here. I'm just going to put another dots in the room just so that if it is a Raiju, it can chew on that. And then I'm not sure where to hide. Here, you chew on that. And then... Okay, you're still in here. Alright, lovely. So, good. And I think... Yeah, here's a hiding spot. Is there another light switch here at all? Do I have to... I think I should let myself wait in the dark a little bit. I could just... Yeah, there's the curse mirror right here. I could just hit the mirror and lower my sanity by 20%, but that's too much. I only want to lower it by about 5%. And then failing that, if it doesn't hunt... Did it turn off the power? It might have turned off the power. It turned off the power. Let's get the power back on. It turned off the power, so that means it is not a djinn. Djinns never turn off the power. I'm going to check my sanity again real quick. Oh yeah, I'm low enough to be hunted. It hasn't tried to. I just don't know how much light this upper hallway even gives me. As far as I know, there's only one light source, but let's just wait, see what happens. Oh, great. This isn't much of a hiding spot at all. Okay, so it just burned a crucifix. So you can see it glowing. Wait, it burned a crucifix twice? That looks like a twice burnt crucifix. Oh man, this is hard. I don't know. That looked like a twice burnt crucifix. So we could be dealing with the High Hunter, but it's hard for me to confirm. Ugh. All right. Let's assume for the moment that it is a High Hunter. Could be a demon. Can't be a djinn. Turned off the power. Yokai is an 80% hunter, but only if you're talking near. Can't be a djinn. So, Demon, Mare, Obambo, Raiju, and Thay are the possibilities right now. Thay is easy to tell what it is. Raiju is easy to tell. Demon and Mare are harder. Obambo, Raiju, and Thay have different movement characteristics. So, we'll see if we can get it to hunt. And I guess I will hide in the master bedroom. Gonna hunt or what? Doesn't seem to want to hunt. It does sound faster than usual. Did it move downstairs? Okay, so it was walking faster than usual. I'm not sure what to make of it. And Obambo can sometimes be fast. If it's around electronics as a Raiju, it'll be fast, but once it's away from the electronics, it won't be fast at all. So it could be a Thay that got slowed down a little bit. I'm thinking it's not a Raiju, but if we can get it to walk really slow in the next hunt, I could decide that it's an Obambo. Obambos toggle their speed from slow to fast to slow every 2 minutes. A Raiju is faster around electronics and is normal everywhere else. And a Thay starts fast and ages when you spend time around it, and it slowly gets slower and slower. Now, if I remember correctly, the slow Obambo doesn't hunt unless your sanity is really low. So maybe I should lower my sanity. It's in the attic. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's slower. So I'm going to say that this is an Obambo. Just gotta wait for the hunt to end so I can get out of here. Yep, and there is fast again. Obambo. Okay, lights are out, it's done hunting. Let's get out of here. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Hopefully we don't get a ghost that requires me to go down the entire list, because that'll take a while. So I think the Obambo, when it's slow, has a hunt threshold that's very, very low. And I took myself all the way down by using the mirror.
Welcome back.
Yep, Obambo. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, I think it was a high hunter when it was in the fast mode. Its hunt, I think its hunt percentage is like 65%. So it must have tried to hunt once and I didn't even notice. Okay, let's see if we can get the last one. Grab our stuff so we can find the ghost. Sunrise! I always like the sunrise. Let's get the power on first, figure out where the ghost is. The heck was that? Heard a weird sound, but I don't know what it means. Okay, so I don't know where this actual EMF was originating from. It's 18 in here. 17. 14. 15. 16. I mean, I assume the ghost room right now will be around 12 or so. 18. I'm fine with you being in here again if you want to be. 20. Oh. I'd say you're in here. Okay, so now we know where the ghost is. Let's get our stuff. Same script. Video camera to look for ghost orbs. Salt to rule out a wraith. Candle to set up for a non-Rio test. And we'll try to pile up some objects to test for Pulte. Not seeing any ghost orbs. Okay, it is not a wraith. Let's put this here. Probably not a Gaia either, since it's just walked in salt a second time. And figures that it would be in the room that has my upstairs hiding spot. Is there a hiding spot over there? Nope, not really. So I'm not sure where I'm going to hide. Because the ghost is in this room, and then the last map I hid in here. So it's going to be a little bit dangerous for me to hide there when the ghost is in this room. So I'm going to hide again in the doll room with some salt, just to make sure that the ghost doesn't come to visit me while I'm waiting for it to blow out the candles. My sanity's at 75. I think I'm okay with that. What else? While I'm in that room, I'll try to pile up some stuff to do a Pulte test. The crucifix is to keep the Onryo from hunting if it blows out all three of these. Alright, what's in this room that I can pile? I don't want you to touch me yet. Damn it! I didn't want you to touch me yet. Because now my sanity's at 65%, which can partially ruin some of my tests. Tell you what. We'll do... That's 1 and 2. Lots of stuff over here. Stop it. Great. Now my sanity's at 55. Alright, now I gotta get the hell out of here. Now my sanity's at 45. I wonder, should I just let it hunt? Yep. Well, 40. It's close enough to my estimate. Should I just let it hunt and see if it walks like a slow or fast ghost? We could do that. Just burned a crucifix. I'll check really quickly if the candle is still lit. Nope. Stop it! Damn it! You're gonna hunt soon. Sounds like a normal walker. I'm doing a spirit test. 90 seconds. If it's a normal ghost, it can hunt now. Not a spirit. Let's verify how it looks. It's a normal blinker. Well, that stinks. Alright. Well, it's a normal walker, and it's not fast because of low sanity. So we can rule out a few ghosts. Let's raise my sanity up. Can I raise it up to some controlled amount that allows me to do a sanity test? I want to get it between 55 and 60. That's close. Alright, so let's evaluate. Still no idea if it's a banshee. A Dian will be slow or fast near you, depending on if you're moving or standing still, but this was a ghost that was never slowing down or speeding up, except for when it saw me, it would speed up slowly. It didn't hunt like a Diogen, which come to you very fast and then gets very slow when it gets close. It wasn't walking particularly fast either time when it hunted, so it wasn't an enraged Gayu. It hasn't changed rooms yet. It could be a Goryo. It hasn't really tried to hunt early, so I'd say it's not a demon. It hasn't sprinted at me when it saw me with the power on, so it's not a Jin. Hantus walk weird. Mores would walk weird or walk fast at low sanity. Obambos either fast or slow. Onis would be very visible. Phantoms would be very invisible. Raijus would be fast around electronics. And I never heard it being fast at all anywhere. Revenants are very slow and then very fast if they know where you are. Spirits can't hunt for 3 minutes after you smudge them. Thays are fast until they slow down. No Ghost Orb. Walked through salt, can't be a wraith. It didn't sound either fast or slow to be the twins. And this is everything we're dealing with. So, this is kind of an awful list. I have no idea if it's still in here. If it moved to a different room... Nope, it doesn't look like it moved. It's still pretty cold in here. Yep. So let's light these again. Let's rule out being a shade. If it blows out a candle while I'm in the room, it can't be a shade. I'm pretty sure it's not a shade, because it did a ghost event in the room while I was in here. It did like 2 ghost events on me. Probably not a poltergeist. So, what's going on? Actually, shades can only hunt at 35% sanity. You know what? I'm thinking I should get some motion sensors just to prove that the ghost is in here. If it is in here and it's not blowing out those candles, chances are it's a shade. At least my sanity isn't really going down in that room. So let's prove the ghost is in there. Looks like it... No, it didn't turn off the power. The power is still on. It's getting cold in here now, so it might have moved. Okay, maybe it's not in there. I'm trying to find you. I don't know where you are. What? $16, $6, $8, $21. I don't know where I'm hearing sounds from. Certainly not in here anymore. Wouldn't be in the attic, would it? No, it doesn't seem to be. So where is it? Could use the mirror. Kinda hate to, but at least it would tell me where the... Maybe it is in the hallway. Jesus! Get me out of here. Okay, so according to the mirror, it is actually in that hallway. At least I'm pretty sure that's what I was seeing. And I'm all the way down that far again. If you can't rule in a ghost, rule them out. $66, that'll do. $69, sure. So I need to try again to rule out a shade by letting it blow out a candle in this hallway while I'm in it. Turned off the power. No, it didn't. What's going on? Did you pop the lights? Uh-oh, my hands are screwing up. Gotta reset them. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this challenge. If I can't figure out what this ghost is, I'll just come back and finish it in a different video. Or just do it on my own time. There we go. Alright, here. Blow that out. Okay, you are definitely in this hallway. I don't understand. It hit the light and it blew out a candle at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to rule out a shade. It did stuff in the room while I was in the room. Let's make sure it's not an Onryo. I'll light 2 more candles. My test got screwed up last time because it kept venting on me. So let's light those. Put the crucifix near them and see if it... Oh, come on. Go away. Let it blow out one more. Onryos need to blow out candles in groups of 3 and then they try to hunt. If there's a lit candle nearby when they try to hunt, it'll blow that out too. So you need to test in groups of 3 and then make sure there are no lit candles after it would blow out the 3rd one. And if it blows out the 3rd one and then it burns a crucifix and your sanity is higher than 60%, you know that it's an Onryo. Or at least it's pretty definite. Onryos normally hunt at 60%. Okay, anything? Okay, so we've ruled out 2 ghosts. It's not an Onryo. It's not a shade. Okay, what else? Urays have a habit of fully opening doors or fully closing them. And it just hit this and did not fully open it. I'm guessing that means it's also not a Uray. So we'll mark that off too. And it changed rooms. It was in the bedroom, now it's in the hallway, so it can't be a Goryo. Goryos never change rooms. So the only thing left is that if the light is on, mares wouldn't hunt until 40%. If the light's off, a mare would hunt at 60%. What in the world? Why is my sanity so low? I've been in the light. I'm really confused about that. I don't have any sanity left. I'm confused. Maybe we are dealing with a mirror. If it refuses to hunt until my sanity drops below 40%, then maybe it is a mirror. It's throwing stuff, but I can't hear it. Okay, so I have a different guess now. While it was hunting, I heard it throwing a bunch of stuff, but I wasn't hearing any footsteps. So we might be dealing with a Myling. At more than 10 meters away, the ghost's footsteps are so quiet that you can't hear its footsteps. So I'm going to guess Myling, and if I'm wrong, I will come back and finish this in a different video. Let's go with Myling. Those objects that were getting tossed around, they sounded like they were on the same floor, but I wasn't hearing any footsteps. It was a Myling. All right, very nice. So, again, you got to know those ghost tells. For the rest of the ghosts that I wasn't talking about at all, a Banshee will wander to you but won't give off an EMF. A Phantom will wander to you and will give off an EMF. An Oni is very visible during a hunt. A Phantom, though, is very invisible during a hunt. Are there any others that I hadn't talked about? A Yokai, if it hunts and it's kind of close to you and you turn on your flashlight and it doesn't detect you and come find you, then it's a yokai. They can only detect electronics closer than 2.5 meters. Poltergeist will grab an entire pile of objects and throw them. Obake will shapeshift during a hunt, but you have to keep your eyes on it. It makes it a little dangerous, especially in VR. Is that it? I think that's most of it. So, good luck with that challenge. If you don't know the ghost tells, then this will be a hard one for you. But try to have fun, and I will see you in the next video.